In a small apartment hidden in the corner of a crowded city, there lived a man named Adrian. At 34 years old, Adrian had already lost almost everything. His business had failed. His friends slowly disappeared, and the woman he once planned to marry had walked away from his life without looking back. Every morning, Adrian woke up to the same silent room. No phone calls, no messages, no purpose. Just silence. And slowly, that silence began to destroy him. At first, he tried staying positive. He told himself things would improve, but weeks turned into months, and months turned into years. Nothing changed. One cold winter evening, Adrian sat near the window of his apartment, watching people walk through the streets below. Everyone seemed to be moving forward with their lives, everyone except him. For the first time, Adrian began asking himself a dangerous question. What's the point of trying anymore? That question stayed in his mind like poison, because when a person loses hope, even simple things become heavy. Getting out of bed feels difficult, smiling feels fake, and dreaming about the future feels impossible. One night, unable to sleep, Adrian walked through the empty streets of the city. Rain covered the roads. The air felt cold and lifeless. As he wandered without direction, he noticed something unusual. Near an old subway station sat an elderly street musician playing a violin. Despite the freezing weather, the old man played with passion. His eyes closed peacefully as music echoed through the empty street. Adrian stopped walking. Something about the music felt different. It wasn't perfect. In fact, some notes were rough, but somehow, it felt real. After the song ended, Adrian quietly asked, "Why are you still playing out here? Nobody's even listening." The old man smiled gently. Then he replied, "Because the music still matters to me." Adrian frowned. The musician looked at him carefully before asking, "Tell me, when did you stop fighting for your life?" Those words caught Adrian completely off guard. For a moment he couldn't answer. The old man continued speaking calmly. He explained that life breaks everyone eventually. Some lose money, some lose love, some lose themselves. But suffering was never the end of the story. Giving up was. Adrian sat beside the old man in silence as rain continued falling around them. Then the musician said something Adrian would never forget. A broken life can still create something beautiful. For the first time in years, Adrian felt something shift inside him. Not happiness, not confidence, but something smaller. Hope, tiny, weak, but alive. The next morning, Adrian returned home and opened the dusty notebook he had abandoned years ago. Inside were old business ideas, dreams he once believed in. For hours he sat there thinking, planning, writing. Slowly, he began rebuilding his life. Not perfectly, not quickly, but step by step. Some days were painful, some nights were lonely, and many times he wanted to quit again. But whenever doubt returned, he remembered the old musician playing violin alone in the rain, still creating beauty despite everything life had taken from him. Years later, Adrian finally built a successful company. People admired his discipline, his mindset, his success story. But nobody saw the nights he spent broken and hopeless in that tiny apartment. And nobody knew that his entire life changed because of a single conversation with an old man in the rain. Because sometimes, the people who save us don't give us money, or power, or easy answers. Sometimes, they simply remind us that life is not over yet. If this story meant something to you, subscribe to the Prime Paradox, because sometimes one story can change the way you see your life.